Can you train yourself to see opportunities you might have missed? Do your characteristics shape the life around you? The answer to both is yes. In this episode of the Logic and Life Coaching Podcast, Dr. Jacob Kashiwagi talks about how your inner characteristics shape your outward environment. Welcome to the Logic and Life Coaching Podcast, episode 70.
Everyone wants happiness and success, and we know how to get you there. Come listen to the Leadership Society of Arizona as we teach a proven logic to help you simplify life, overcome challenges, and predict the future. You're listening to the Logic and Life Coaching Podcast. Welcome to the Logic and Life Coaching Podcast. My name is Chuck Solanas, and I'm joined by our very special guest, Dr. Jacob Kashiwagi. Do you think it's very often that we miss what's right in front of us?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And it's the difference between successful people and non-successful people. It's not that one was given greater opportunity. It's just that one was perceptive and observant enough to recognize the opportunity in front of them. And the more you can observe what's going on around you, accept who you are, the more successful you're going to be. And so I think that happens to people every day in life. I've seen that happen to plenty of people around me.
Where they either saw the opportunity and went with it, or they didn't see the opportunity and just missed it.
More often than not, they don't see the opportunity and they miss it. Because we're all learning, and that's life. You know, it's as you get older, you're more trained to be able to see the opportunity and take it.
So how can you train yourself to see these opportunities?
Well, I think the biggest way is learning to accept what you're going through and realizing that everything coming into your life is for a reason. Every time you say, I shouldn't be here, or this is unfair, every time you look around you and you don't like what you're seeing, you're probably missing an opportunity. Because whenever you're looking out and you don't like what you're seeing in your reality, you're saying, this isn't me. But it's what you get. It's what's around you. So if that's not you, what is you? And then you're going to be looking for you somewhere else, which you'll never find it because you have created your own life. So if you can't accept what's in reality, it's very tough for you to see any opportunity.
So you don't believe in trying to change your environment, and then if you're around abusive people, for example, you don't believe that changing that environment will change the outcome? You don't think it's just caused by one person?
On a macro level, I know that you control your environment.
That's a pretty radical statement.
Yeah, so everything in your environment deals with something about you, is related to you. I don't know how. I don't know what the causes are, but I know at a macro level, right? It's somehow connected. And so in knowing that, if you're going to change anything in your environment, you have to internally change something. You have to grow somehow, right? And so here's my thing is, the more some people, they want to try to drastically change their environment by shunning people, by running away, by moving, whatever it might be. And if they do it, I think it's required. But the more you have to do things like that, the harder it is, the more pain you go through. You might need to go through that to grow, but it's just you miss more opportunities and it's harder for it. Your life is kind of harder, more painful. The more that you're able to just sit back, observe your environment, and appreciate what's going on around you, the more opportunity you'll see and the less painful your life will be. So if you have to try to drastically change your environment by physically moving or doing stuff, yeah, it's going to be a harder life. Whenever you got to move more, whenever you got to try to fit into different places, it's a harder life. It might be what you need, but it's a harder life, right?
Yeah, just trying to think about that because people do that all the time, right? Like people move around, they try and change friends. They say, "Oh, I don't want this person in my life anymore." Or, "Oh, I don't deserve this," or I need to quit this job because I'll be happier somewhere else. I mean, I I think that happens all the time. I'm just curious, like you're saying it's not effective.
Yeah, here's the thing: is you shun someone out of your life if you still have the characteristic that's attracting that type of person. Even though you shun that person out of your life, this new person comes along with the exact same issue, coming right back into your life. My thing is, as you improve, people that are not supposed to be in your environment will naturally leave. And I've seen this, and that's why I tell people, I'm always nice to everyone who comes in my environment, or I try to be. And I try to give them everything I got. And they say, "Aren't you worried about people taking advantage of you?" And I say, "No, because here's the thing. As soon as someone is starting to take advantage of me and I'm putting more effort into them than I should, then life will naturally take care of it. They will naturally have to move themselves, or something will happen that they can't ask me for any more help, or whatever it might be. I never worry about me being cheated, because I know that if I'm a person who wants to help others and trying to add value to society, that I'll never be cheated. I'll always attract people who will help me, and also it'll be a good, symbiotic relationship with everything around me.
It's hard to come to, right? That perspective.
It is, especially if you're in a job and you don't like your job and everyone in your job doesn't like you, and you're thinking, I should just get a new job. And it could be you need to get a new job. It's going to be harder to get a new job and whatnot, but it could be the best thing for you. But to be able to sit there and say, you know what, maybe if I try to improve myself, change a little bit, I can make this job be amazing. And for someone to come to realization that they should improve and be better, and their environment will improve. That's a very hard realization to come to.
All right, great stuff. Appreciate the perspective, and thank you for your time. Thank you, listeners, for listening, and viewers for watching. Have a good day.
Thank you for listening to the Logic and Life Coaching Podcast. It would be great if you could take a moment to write us a review. For any questions, comments, or topics that you would like to have addressed on the show, email the team at leadaz.org. To learn more about the Leadership Society of Arizona, visit us at leadaz.org.